Hello everyone, in this video we'll figure out how to get the slope-intercept form from just the graph. Okay, so first we have the slope-intercept form here, y equals mx plus b. Let's review the parts of this real quick. So we know y is the y-coordinate, m is the slope, x is the x-coordinate, and b is the y-intercept. And we know m, or also known as the slope, is the rise over the run. So let's just go into an example here. If we're told to figure out the slope-intercept form from this graph, how do we do it? So first of all, we'd put y equals, and now we have to figure out the slope, or the m part. How you figure out the m part is just choose 2 points where the line goes through perfectly through one of these corners, right? On the graph, these corners right here. So in this example, we see that the corners, a choice could be right here. Well, let me choose a different color. It could be right here, because the line goes perfectly through that corner, and I guess right here. It goes perfectly through that corner as well. So now between these 2 points, figure out how much do you rise. Rise means how much do you go up. So in this example, you go up by 1, 2, and then you run, or how much do you go to the right or left by. And from here to here, once you rise 2, you run by 1 to the right. So that's 2 over 1. So that's your slope. So we have y equals 2x, and then now plus, we have to find the b part. Remember, the b is where the line intercepts the y-axis. So this is the y-axis right here, right? So now where does the line go through the y-axis? It goes through the y-axis at -1, right here. So if we see this line, it goes through at -1. So for this line, we put, instead of plus, it's -1 here. So we put -1. So it's y equals 2x minus 1, right? Okay, let's try another example. Okay, let's say in this example, the line is, let's say, like that. Okay, let me extend that a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we know the formula is y equals mx plus b, right? Let's figure it out for this example. So we have y equals m. Let's try to find the m here. And we know it's m is rise over run. So in this line, let's choose 2 points where it goes through one of the corners perfectly. So in this example, certain part could be, let's see, right here, and maybe right here. That's good. Okay. So now let's find out the slope. Okay. So in this example, from this point to this point, from the left point to the right point, how much do you rise? Well, you rise by -2 because you go down. You go down 1 and then 2. So you go down 2. So that's -2 over run. How much do you run from -2 to 2? Well, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 over 4. So it's -2 over 4, which simplifies to -1/2. Okay, so we have y equals -1/2 x plus b. And now where does this line intercept the y-axis? Well, it intercepts the y-axis at 2 right here. So then we put plus 2. So in total, we have the formula as y equals -1/2, sorry, -1/2 x plus 2. And now actually, we can also check this if you want to. So for example, we can choose any arbitrary point. So let's choose any point on this line. Let's say we chose this line right here, like 4, 0, for example. If we plug 4 into this equation, we should get 0 as a result because the coordinates are 4, 0. So let's try that out. So if we plug in 4, -1/2 times 4, which is our x, plus 2, we should get 0 because the coordinate is 4 is 0. And now, does this actually equal 0? Let's figure it out. Well, negative 1/2 times 4 is negative 2. And then you add 2 to that, and what do you get? You get 0. So that does make sense. Our equation does work out, because when we plug in 4, we do get 0, because the coordinates of this point is 4, 0, right? And so when we plug 4, because this is x, so if we plug 4 into this equation right here, we should get the result as 0, because that is our y. Let's try another example. Okay, so, okay, let me use this color actually. So, okay, so in this example, let's find the slope-intercept form. Okay, so we know it's y is equal to mx plus b. And now what is m in this situation? Remember, m is a rise over run. So in this graph, let's see where the line hits intersection points perfectly. So here we can see 1, 1. It goes through this intersection point, or this like point corner, like really like perfectly. Let's choose another point. Oh, right here. At this point, it goes through the corner perfectly. So those can be our 2 points. Okay, so now we do rise. From the left point right here to the right point, how much do you rise? Well, you go up 1, 2, 3. And now let's see run. How much do you go from here to here? Well, you move 1 space to the right. So it's 3 over 1, which is equal to 3. So we know our m is 3, so it's 3x plus b. Now what is b in this instance? Where does this line hit the y-axis? So if we trace the line, we can see it hits the y-axis at negative 2. So we put minus 2 here. So the slope-intercept form for this is y is equal to 3x minus 2. And as I said before, you could actually check this, right? So how do you check it? Choose any point on this line. So let's say we chose 4, 10, 4 comma 10 right here, because it's on the line. So let's choose 4 comma 10. If we plug in 4 into this equation, we should get the result 10, because that's our y. So if we plug in 4, it should be 3 times 4 minus 2. Now 3 times 4 is 12, minus 2 is equal to 10. So in the result, we get 10, which is our y-coordinate over here, which is a y-coordinate. Shoot. So that means this line does, this y-intercept form does check out, and we did do it correctly. Okay, now I want to get into some confusing like examples that most people don't cover, but it might be on your tests, so focus up. So let's say if we have this line right here. It's completely flat, completely flat. What would be the slope-intercept form for this? Okay, so in this example, first of all, we know it's y equals mx plus b. In this, the m, or the rise over run, even if you choose any point, let's say we chose this point and this point, we rise 0 here. How much do we run though? We run 5. On any 2 points in this whole line, the slope is always 0, because we have 0 over 5, and we know that's 0. So we have y is equal to 0x plus b. What is b? Well, this line intercepts the y-axis at 5. So we put plus 5 at the end. So we know 0 times anything is 0. So we have y is equal to 0 plus 5, which is also y is equal to 5. So in this instance, the slope-intercept form for this is y equals 5. So let's say if we had another line, right? So if we had this line right here, and this line, the slope is also 0, because it doesn't go up or down at all. So we know m is 0, right? So we know is 0x. And now where does this intercept the y-axis? Well, it intercepts the y-axis at -3. So we do -3. And 0 times anything is 0, so we get y is equal to -3. That's the slope-intercept form for this line right here. Okay, let's get into one last example. Now this one is also another weird case. Let's say instead of the line being horizontal, it's vertical the entire time. So straight up, it's entirely straight. In this example, I'll just tell you a shortcut. The way you do this is, instead of putting y, you don't put y here. You put x. Because it's completely straight. It's completely vertical. So instead of putting y, you put x here. And x is equal to whatever number it goes through the x-axis at. So it goes through the x-axis at 4. So x equals 4. That's a slope-intercept form for this vertical line. Only if it's vertical, you should do x equals whatever, okay? So let me give you another example. If it's completely straight up like this, then the slope-intercept form for this line is x is equal to what number is here? -5. X is equal to -5 is a slope-intercept form for this. So I covered all the type of examples that you could get slope-intercept form from a graph. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments below. I'll try and answer them. But yep, hopefully this helped you guys, and see you later.